Many of these children from Karamoja region, eastern Uganda, leave their homes to Kampala streets to beg. In some of their homes, at times, they go without food because some parents cannot afford. And Karamoja is one of the most poverty-stricken districts with limited food production. Karamoja is a semi-arid area.
Member of Parliament for the Northwest, Nakore County, Kabong District, and Minister of State for Ethics and Integrity in the Office of the President. Yes, this is a big responsibility that the Divine Master gave to humanity, that they may share with him the huge job of parenting. Parenting means bringing up and ensuring that this offspring enjoys the growth to maturity with all the amenities, desired requirements availed. And for parents, this is a big job, but it is their commitment and it is a responsibility. It's almost no choice. They are supposed to make sure that their offspring, their children, grow up in an environment that meets and satisfies all their rights and privileges. Food, water, health, clothing, education. God bless you, all those things.
Reverend Simeon Lokodo is a minister for ethics and integrity, and he represents the people of Karamoja in the Ugandan Parliament. He explains about the challenges facing parenting in the region.
Today, yes, there are very, very huge challenges in parenting. One, the current poverty state of many families that disables them from meeting their obligation, duty and mandate of being parents. You have areas where there is food shortage and children are therefore not able to be provided with desired and needed nutrition for their growth and upbringing. You have got this economy which is so demanding, parents can't afford education of their children. Even sometimes medical care is very expensive and people tend to do without, and therefore many lives go away of children. Children die of related diseases, either in the irresponsibility of the parents or they are in the capability to meet the demands and the requirements of their children.
Because of little time parents have to raise their children, particularly those working, children miss love, care and protection. Some homes are a source of domestic violence where children are socially and physically tortured. As one of the human rights activists in Kampala, Uganda, Hope Tulia Singura speaks out.
My name is Tulia Singura Hope, and I'm a parent and a human rights activist, and I have quite vast experience in human rights activism. I started in the late 1990s and up to now. I have children who are 20 years old. They are responsible and intelligent children, and I'm happy to have made that contribution into their lives. I have a bachelor's degree in social sciences, and I'm also soon graduating with a master's degree in human rights. I think as parents in Africa, we experience a lot of challenges. First of all, we are supposed to be responsible parents, in that we are supposed to make sure that our children are safe and healthy in our hands, and we are supposed to be providing care to make sure that they are emotionally and physically stable, and we are supposed to make sure that they are healthy. We are supposed to make sure that they have all the basic needs that they need to be able to grow up into beautiful and responsible citizens of any nation wherever they are. And in that, it takes a lot. First of all, as a parent, you also need to be a responsible parent who is emotionally and physically stable, so that you are able to provide a role model for your children. And being there for them, meaning that you have to listen to them. you have to talk to them. You have to allow them develop their spirituality. You have to allow them develop their intelligence. You have to allow them, in that means that you have to allow them experiment and make mistakes, and then you are there as a parent to make sure that you guide them whenever they go wrong. So, as parents of Africa, we have so many challenges. First of all, the world we are living in is full of challenges of shortages of basic needs, because these children need a lot of attention and a lot of care. In terms of basic needs, they need food, they need good shelter, they need good education, they need medication whenever they are sick, and it is a responsibility of a parent or parents to ensure that they provide that. But because most of the parents in Africa live under the poverty line, that sometimes hinders them from providing the basic needs. But that doesn't mean that that kind of parent is not a good parent. But because they are not able to provide those basic needs, sometimes they are challenged. They find that their children sometimes are malnourished. And when a child is malnourished, they are not getting the basic needs of nutrition. That means they are going to end up emotionally being retarded, they are going to be retarded intellectually, and they are going to be retarded physically, which will affect their future when they grow up. When I was still at Center for Domestic Violence Prevention, I was really aiming at helping families mend their relationships, because you need to be in a healthy relationship to be able to bring up a healthy child. Therefore, the work of domestic violence prevention, the work of human rights activism is intended to make sure that we have conducive environments in the home, we have conducive environments in the communities where we can be able to bring up responsible children.
From Christ the King Church, Kampala, Uganda, Monsignor Gerald Kalumba underscores the importance of good parenting, but expresses fear over little attention given to children due to work pressures.
And I'm being asked to explain a little bit on the role of parenting. When you think of parenting, as far as the parents are concerned, this is a role that begins immediately when the two, mother and the father, accept to have a child in their life. So that's at conception. But of course it continues more actively when the child is born. We see there are many challenges these days for the parents. Mothers are no longer playing the traditional role of parenting in the family, because they are also looking for survival, for money. The two people seated before me are ladies. I don't know whether they are parents. They are at work. If they have kids, or if you have kids, I don't know with whom you have left your kids. And for how long? For a few hours, for a whole day, for 12 hours, I don't know. And that's sometimes crucial in the parenting. But sometimes you take these kids to what we call nursery schools. Even here at our parish, we have a nursery school. And sometimes they call it what? The baby care, daycare school. They pay places where you take kids for assisting you to parent while you are away at work. So parenting has somehow become an issue of many people, including nursery teachers, but also including, before nursery teachers, including maids who start home to assist you to bring up the kids. But you can imagine a maid who comes to look for work and is not so much interested where your kid is brought up well or not. But for him, if she's paid her money, she's happy enough and she goes. But then you are leaving that important role of bringing up a kid into her hands. So it means that a parent must also see to it that the maid is handled in a manner that will assist the parenting of a kid by this maid.
Monsignor Gerald Kalumba from Christ the King Church, Kampala, Uganda, giving his views about parenting in Uganda. He singled out domestic violence, poverty, and work pressures as the major challenges of good parenting. from Uganda, Sarah Natolo.